Hello there. It's been a long time. For those 5 of you who actually watch my show, you know me as David Shelton, and this is a very special edition of The Bad Word. Right now, I am outside in Cleveland, Ohio, in downtown Cleveland. I drove a long, grueling 15 minutes to get here because, well, kind of where I live. The reason I'm doing this is basically just to talk about something huge that has taken the entire country and most of the world by storm. And that huge event that just passed was the release of Pokemon Go. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. The election 2016, or as I like to call it, that thing that the Book of Revelations was talking about. But more specifically, I want to talk about the RNC. So, that just passed. It's a day removed from this filming, and what I want to focus on most is just Donald Trump, just like the rest of the media. So, without further ado, here we go. Now, Donald Trump gave a speech last night. It was an hour and 15 minutes long. And the point of it was for him to formally accept the nomination on the Republican ticket for president of the United States, and that shall forever be known as the mistake by the lake. Cleveland, we are still kind of connected to that phrase, but we're just never going to get rid of that, are we? Nope. Anyway, so in Donald Trump's speech, it was odd. His speech was a lot of negativity. I mean, the way he spoke about the United States, the way he spoke about our crime, our violence, and our infrastructure, you would have thought that they based the movie Mad Max on the United States. When, I mean, to be honest here, we have our problems, but it's not quite that bad. You know? Come on, give some credit. I mean, we have Kim Ye. Okay, maybe it is that bad, but okay, well, no, God damn it, it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not quite that bad. Now, Donald Trump talked about a lot of different things. Like I said, he talked about violence and corruption and brutality. And oddly enough, he didn't mention the police once while talking about any of those things. He chastised the president for widening the racial divide in America, which is technically true. I mean, he did kind of become president, and, well, Republicans saw a black guy in the White House who was actually there to do the job as president and not janitor, and they shit their pants. So he did kind of have something to do with it. There's another part to it, you know. Republicans also didn't have to be racist assholes about it. You know, just a suggestion. There were a lot of attacks on Hillary Clinton. You know, that was kind of the theme of the whole Republican national convention. Actually, it was like the RNC. It seems like every speaker was just like, "Fuck Hillary Clinton," every chance they got. I mean, even Chris Christie had people chanting, "Lock her up." Honestly, they didn't even have to call it the RNC. They could have just called it the FHC for fuck Hillary Clinton. I mean, it would have saved you a lot of time. And I'm pretty sure you could sell the shit out of those shirts to both Republicans and a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters. But that's neither here nor there. Basically, like I said, Donald Trump was just all negative, and the country is going down the shitter, and I will be the one to change it. He was all gung-ho about it, and he finished his speech with I am your voice. And those words kind of resonated with me because I am your voice. The more I thought about it, the more I realized Donald Trump is our voice, as unfortunate as that is. I mean, when you really think about it, Donald Trump really is the voice of America. And if you vote him in for president, it won't just be a figure of speech. He'll literally be the voice of the United States. And how did we get here? Liberals say that conservatives have been courting racism for decades, and it allowed that anger and that resentment for just everything to fester, and then it allowed Donald Trump to capitalize on it. And then a lot of conservatives are saying that, it's the fault of liberals. They're too politically correct, and they drove the Republican base into the arms of Donald Trump. Like there's some father who hates the guy you're dating, and the more you hate him, the more your father hates him, the more you love him, and you drove your daughter into the arms of that racist biker with the orange face tattoo. But the way I look at it, both sides actually do have a point. See, it's not just conservatives, it's not just liberals. It's both. See, conservatives have been courting racism for a very long time. And it's really shown with President Obama. I mean, calling him Muslim, saying he's not from the United States. I've even seen pictures of the president being hung in effigy. And for what? I mean, and honestly, it's not even just courting racism. It's blatantly ignoring it. It's ignoring problems that face the black community and the Latino community and women and the LGBT community, LGBTQ, I should say. And that was another funny thing about Donald Trump. When he tried to say LGBTQ, it sounded like they had to digitally add that in. Like when he said it, like he's going to be a champion for the LGBTQ community. That was funny. Anyway, we've basically gotten to the point where Donald Trump kind of does speak for us. He speaks for the racist past that we had and for all of the ensuing events, from allowing the KKK to run rampant to Jim Crow to all of the events we see today with police brutality and white privilege still being rampant and just everything. This Donald Trump is everyone's problem. He embodies the true ideas of what American conservatism is. Conservatism. I don't know. Whatever you call it. And at the same time, he's a manifestation of the blissful ignorance of liberals. Liberals haven't necessarily been, I don't want to say they've contributed to racism, but they've certainly been complicit in the face of it. For years, they've kind of just condemned it from within. They haven't really contributed to it, but that's it. They don't necessarily fight against it. And now Donald Trump is kind of making you actively fight against it. People are starting to realize what this country truly stands for. It's not freedom. It's self-serving ignorance and hypocrisy. Everyone, like, there's the Stop Trump movement, and here, I'm just going to level with you. If you really want to stop Trump, you have to come together. You have to realize where you've gone wrong in the past, where you're going wrong today, and you have to own up to your sins. Because Donald Trump is a manifestation of it. He's a manifestation of everything we have done and everything we currently do wrong. If you want to stop that, you have to own up to it, and you have to stand up to this guy and say, we're not going to take your bullshit anymore. We're not going to vote you. We're not going to make you president, and we're not going to basically solidify our own destruction. But that's up to you. I don't really have a dog in the fight anymore. I don't have a stake in this. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I care to say. I don't really care to have anything to do with you anymore until you fix this giant, colossal fuck up that you've committed over the last year. All I really have to say is get your shit together, America, because I may not be able to call you America for very much longer. Sorry about that. I kind of just walked off and I realized I forgot to do something. First of all, you probably just sat through not a while and noticed I'm not in my usual stuff. You know, I have a blazer and a tie, but I'm in jeans, and you can't see it, but this is a Thor t-shirt, so you're more than welcome to disregard, since I'm only wearing 45% of the suit, you're well within your rights to disregard 55% of what I just said. Just want to get that squared away. Now, before I really leave, there's something I need to address. A couple of weeks ago, I don't know if I don't know this guy, but let me start over. I sent out a tweet that said, there was a hashtag trending on Twitter, hashtag America was never great, and I sent out the tweet, hashtag America was never great for minorities and women and gays and all that sort of thing. And someone took offense to it, and they took so much offense to it that they made a video about it. And it wasn't just my tweet, there were several others, but he used one of my tweets. By the way, I'm flattered. And the person I'm talking about is he's a dime store H&M model, future serial killer, weaselly-eyed fuckface Paul Joseph Watson. So basically, what he said about my tweets, about someone else's tweets, is that we spend all this time shitting on America, and it could be a lot worse. You could have. We got rid of slavery in the 1800s. We gave women the right to vote in the 1900s. There are places where women just got the right to vote a few years ago. And America, fuck yeah, even though he's British. And my response to that is, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, you have to understand something. Now, when I said that America was never great for minorities and women, I wasn't lying. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. America could be a lot worse. The thing is that there's another side of that. It could also be a lot better. See, while we did get rid of slavery, over 200 years ago, or almost 200 years ago, I don't know, it's one of those two, I'm bad at math, fuck it. But we got rid of slavery a long time ago. That's true. We were also one of the last civilized nations to get rid of it, so that's one small thing. And also, we kind of got rid of it so you didn't notice that we got rid of it. There's also that small thing. We instituted Jim Crow. The loss of slavery also coincided with the rise of the KKK. We didn't pass the Civil Rights Act until 1964, I believe. Yeah, 1964. And we still, to this day, have blacks basically being disproportionately affected by police brutality. So, just go ahead and ignore all of that. And as far as women go, yes, women have it pretty well here, but they also have it a lot worse than, I won't say a lot worse. They don't have it as good as they could. I mean, women are still paid less than men on average. I did a video on that, I think episode 4. We still don't give women maternity leave. That's still not mandated. And just this year, a woman was date raped, and her rapist got 6 months in jail. 6 months in jail. Possibly 3 months if he gets out on good behavior. So, the thing is, that sets a very bad precedent. Obviously. So, here's the thing. Paul, you potential serial killer, because you have 3 names, we couldn't gather that before. I get it. America has a lot of great qualities. It also has a lot of shitty ones. And that was a tongue-in-cheek response to all of our shitty qualities. And it just so happened to have some truth to it. If you actually believe in truth and not bullshit like you do. So here's the thing. I do understand that America could be a lot worse, but why don't you make do me a favor. You attacked me for saying that America wasn't that great. Why don't you do me a favor, make a video attacking Donald Trump and conservatives about the same thing? Because if you didn't watch the RNC, like I said previously, the way Donald Trump described this country is that it was coming apart at the seams and that it was on its way to collapse. But what he doesn't realize is that, yes, while we do have our problems, things could be worse. We're not near a financial collapse anymore. We're not enslaving white people. Unemployment is the lowest it's been in decades. Hillary Clinton hasn't killed anyone. I don't know. The point is that you come down on me for calling America out on the things that it fucked up on. And I don't really see you doing the same thing for Republicans who think we live in some dystopian nightmare. See, Paul, you have to understand something. You don't look like this. People who look like you have had it notoriously good here. People who look like me haven't. People with vaginas haven't. People who happen to love people of the same sex haven't really had the best time here. And you don't seem to understand that. You don't seem to understand that just because things could be worse doesn't mean they can't get better. So Paul Joseph Watson, don't ever step to me like that again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you like they would tell you if you were from my neighborhood. Keep my name out your mouth. And with that, I say, Shelton out, and fuck Paul Joseph Watson and Donald Trump.
I never would have dreamed in a million years I'd see so many motherfucking people who feel like me, who share the same views.